head down to the Last Wish, the town is still, though, like it is kind of practical. Like it's past the hour that most bars are open. So most people would have already gone home anyway. But you do see farther from town than where the roads that you're taking, like in the woods, periodically a lantern, not stealthily. And you like run in 2s and 3s, people kind of like walking around the outskirts of town. That I think, based on what you saw, you can gather people keeping an eye out. But for people in the woods, not kids running through town. So, what were you guys doing when you got back into town? Because Kairos basically headed straight home.
Yeah. I would probably go somewhere to talk, all three of us.
Probably my place.
Yeah.
Realistically.
Yeah.
Makes sense. I just wanted to clarify, because as you approach the Last Wish, did you leave the lanterns on? Burning in the bar? There's no electric lights.
No.
Okay.
No, I would have
clarifying. Yeah. Okay. So as you approach the darkened, like back door of your house, front door of the Last Wish, there's someone already waiting for you there. And you approach and recognize Tobi, who's been pacing for a few minutes, I think.
Yeah, I'm like, okay. And then I go up to the door and I'm like, and then I like look at my paper and I'm like trying to make sure that I have all of my points right. And then I go back up and then I'm about to knock on the door.
You see Tobi like from about 20 paces or 30 paces behind Tobi, as Tobi's like on the door, like,
sorry, we're closed.
And I like turn around. I'm like,
lantern up.
I'm like, hey, and then I kind of speed walk to you guys because right now I'm off of adrenaline. I'm like, okay, I have so many thoughts before I say yes.
just for you guys, the side of Tobi's face is a bruise. Like, she looks a wreck. Like, they've cleaned the dust off of her, but like she looks like she was just buried under a building.
I go up to you. I'm like, hi. Can I talk to you real quick?
Sure.
Okay. And then I hand you my piece of paper with all my notes, and I'm like explaining to you what I think is happening. I'm like, okay, so if there was dynamite in the factory, then maybe there was dynamite in the cave, and that was why there was a hole that I fell through when I was working. And
okay.
Yeah.
It says teeth water here. What is that?
Yeah.
Because
there was teeth in the water.
There's teeth in the water.
Yes.
Like, did you felt something come up from the water and touch you, or
it was kind of already there. Like, I grazed on teeth.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I have a drink?
Yeah.
Thank you.
I think you want to have a drink?
Yeah, I'd like to know more about all of this.
I'll stick to water.
Okay.
And Dakota looks like pale. Well,
palish.
I mean, he looks not well. Just from the look on his face, like he's like not having trouble, but he's like, his eyes are unfocused. He looks like something is very much on his mind. It's like, well, I'll stick to water for now. And you all go in.
Mm-hmm.
And this seems like a specific occasion that I would break out Eleanor again. My private whiskey.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about Eleanor. So,
no, I know. Yeah. I know. So I'm just
mm-hmm.
clarifying that I'm giving you a shot of whiskey from my special stash.
Thank you.
So, one for you, none for you, just water.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm like,
Okay.
And so I kind of take a second to collect my thoughts, and I'm like, there has to be a connection to the black and greens and the mine and the factory. Obviously the factory, but if there was no way the mine should have caved in like that.
Not,
I've been down that one multiple times.
but it sounds like, has there been cave-ins in that area of the mine before? Like,
I mean, in that area, there's a cave-in can happen, but it's not like if an explosion would have caused the whole tunnel to collapse. I don't think
that's what I would think.
But why was there a ladder?
there was a ladder.
Yeah,
there was
we
a
climbed up a ladder when we came up.
Was it like something someone put there recently, or
It was just, it seemed like it was rotting away quite a bit, but it was there.
an old ladder?
Yeah.
I don't. All I know of things that were found are like from parts of the country,
Karar?
Karar. Every now and then we stumble into their territory. Maybe it's an old holdover from there.
Okay, you found there was teeth, and you said
Yeah,
there was a metal hand. is what
yeah. And then I point to the paper, and I'm like, yes, there was kind of like a metal hand that was also in the cave, like the wall,
In the wall.
In the
Yeah.
wall.
sort of encased in it.
A metal hand being like I would assume it's a gauntlet of, like, armor of some sort, right?
Yeah, that tracks. I could see that.
We don't use metal gauntlets in the mine, so that's not. Where would that be from?
No, I don't think we use metal gauntlets in the war. Right?
Give me a history check for specifics.
Alright.
Metal
Let's go. 13.
Yeah, people don't wear armor anymore.
Yeah,
That's a hundreds of years ago.
that's pretty old.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So that would be an old cave-in, or
An old part of the
old part of the mine, at least. Yeah.
yeah, or maybe not even part of the mine. Maybe something else before the mine.
Yeah.
Because if there was a ladder to cover that up, it would take a lot. But
But if it was wartime,
mhm.
in order to have the gauntlet, is it connected to this war?
Or is another war?
It would explain why they came back to this mine. If there's something there from history, from a past war, from a past something.
And there's many things down there. Over the years, people find anything.
Yeah. I want to know why that person was in the office.
Yeah, I'd like to know that too. I was tried to.
They were looking for. They had to be looking for something, like a paper, a contract, something.
or blueprints to a weapon. Aislinn said that they're building weapons for war, so we don't know what could have been in
Is it?
development.
Was it the thing in the water?
What's your passive perception? Or passive insight?
Oh, passive insight. 14.
You say that comment about like looking for things of war, and you see Dakota go.
Dakota.
Yeah. Do you have a bottle? Empty one.
Yeah.
Can borrow it.
Sure. Yeah.
He like full on just bites a hole in his thumb. He starts like puts it on the bottle. He's like dripping blood into the bottle,
Oh.
and just like keeping an eye on it.
Oh my god.
What are you doing?
Diagnostic.
For what?
I don't know yet. I don't feel good. What were you asking?
What were you what was the factory building aside from the wands and staves?
Oh, I don't think Kairos has anything going on in there.
Do you know anything Aislinn was doing?
No. Aislinn doesn't... I mean, I don't know for sure. I don't know anything about it, but... Like, Kairos was just worries about the manufacturing of lathes, of staves and wands, and like, he's a businessman. He doesn't... I don't think there's anything special going on in the factory.
He wasn't building anything new.
No. I mean, not that I know of.
Should you be paying attention to how much is...
I mean, well, it's not pouring blood, but as it drips, and like drops of blood splash up, and you're watching it start to drag down the side of the bottle, veins like wine, except as you see it's leaving what looks like a sooty trail behind it. That's not good.
What happened?
I healed Kairos Pullman so that they would not die on a riverbank like trash.
You should have just let him die.
Yeah, I am starting to think that might have been the case.
Yeah.
He's gonna pay for what he did to Sherman, and we're gonna make sure of that tomorrow. But we need information from him.
He might need to pay for what he did to me.
I wonder about that.
Yep, I'm wondering it too. We're gonna... Don't worry about it. I got friends. We're gonna distill this. You're saying... No, Kairos and... Look, Pullman and Wrought, like... No one's figuring out... No one's building new things. No one's designing things at this factory. That's not sensical. They're not research and development.
There wasn't anything different you were doing, any like
Me?
Just wondering, any spells that you were casting or any items being made.
You've been talking to, aren't you?
I'm just trying to figure out why they would come all the way out to Sunburst Falls to blow up our factory when there's other ones.
Right.
There's plenty of them.
What side of the factory were they on again? This is Nala asking.
Weapons manufacturing.
Right, yeah.
That's smart tactics, if we're being frank. Like, if you know there's a factory building weapons to fight you, and you take out the weapons manufacturing, that's just a tactical move.
But why were they trying to... What else were they trying to learn?
That I can't speak to. Pete... Sorry if I... Give me a persuasion check.
Sexy.
That's a natural 20.
Ooh! I was like,
Beautiful.
it's either gonna be really low or really high.
That's a,
The bottle's like half full. It's... I assumed it was a small bottle, but it's like he's got a significant amount of blood in this bottle, and you see he like grabs a napkin and just bandages his stomach. Get a cork.
Sorry?
A cork.
Oh, cork. Okay.
Yeah, thanks. He just stoppers the bottle of his own blood and just sets it aside. He's like, don't touch that. No, I'm serious. Don't touch that. There's something else in it. Sorry, you spooked me with your question. Pullman and Wrought are not working on anything that I know of. I've got some stuff in the works, personally, that when you made a comment about looking for new things, my mind turned there, but it's not weapons related. It's energy production.
energy.
Yeah, we're trying to... I'm in conversation with some colleagues about some things. With anthracite's real bad.
Yeah.
Real bad for like everyone it touches. And so we've been working on some other potential replacements for it. It's fueling all industry, and that's terrible. Like, if we could find some sort of energy source that is less deadly, toxic, all-consuming, then it would. We're just trying to. It's not related to the war. It's just it's bad, and so we're trying to come up with a couple solutions for maybe supplanting the anathracite industry's kind of hold on industry, and we've obviously got some folks from Deviat Corali who are not happy about that, because that will, they're a very wealthy nation because they hold all the cards in this system. But if we could convert something, and that's where my head was at, is thinking you started talking about that, and I was thinking about mine and Eckard's work. And so
Eckard?
Tobias Eckard. He's a pretty talented scientist in Grumbaschlik. But we're not. None of our work is here. That's. I mean, my notes are, but they're not in the offices of Pullman Wrought. So.
And it just notes and ideas on this end. You didn't like develop anything, or
It's all theoretical so far.
okay,
Yeah, it's.
yeah.
What's the theory? Would I understand? Or
Right, is it like a new mineral? Is it like
no,
a-
it's just. It's not. It's not private. Look, we're trying to save the world. It's just more a matter of like, I've been keeping this close to the chest for a while, and it's weird to be asked about it. We've got some differing theories. Tobias has got. He's works in. Sorry, I just realized that's your father's name.
Yeah.
Sorry, Eckard. Eckard's got his own system that he's trying. He's energy based in decomposition, and I think that's, while reusable, grim, and bordering on necromancy, which I don't love, but it's fine. Whereas I'm dealing with there's old notes that you can find in certain texts and things that are largely considered lore by a lot of people, like myths and old cultures, that are mostly like stories about harnessing like the sun, and that sort of light and heat and things like that, but it's got a significantly there's a lot of religious context around it that Eckard finds frivolous. But myths come from something, and so I've been researching into that, but I haven't built anything. It's all theory and formulas and trying to put it together, what we think would potentially, if we could capture it and harness it and generate it for real, what is currently only a source that exists in footnotes of like long gone cultures, it could replace the anathracite industry dramatically, and save millions of lives.
okay.
Everyone's got to have a hobby.
right?
Yeah.
I don't really understand any of this, but
Imagine if you.
I'm all for less deaths from anathracite.
Yeah,
Yeah, me
everyone
too.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even think P&W can argue with that. They're not exactly like profiting off your death. They just don't care about it.
Is your thing profitable?
When it's built, it would be, but that's its own deal. If I can, and it's not just me. Like, I'm talking to. There's a network of us across Dowermont. We've got a whole setup. It's mostly letters and academic discussions. Eckard's honestly the closest. He's in active conversations with the Minister of Industry in Grumbaschlik. But the Negnudte doesn't they're a traditionalist, and she doesn't care for. I literally heard her say that that her nation doesn't need any more iron oxen running around. It's a train. It's a train. She called it an iron ox.
What was her name again?
The Negnute? Laszlo.
Laszlo.
She's the do you not know that? Then that's the Empress of Grumbashlik, Negnute. That's the title.
Negnute.
Yeah, it's Grumbash.
Well, I mean, we're gonna need a new factory. Why don't we just have a new
Technology.
Well, I haven't finished figuring it out yet, but I like your optimism.
But is there anything that would connect?
I keep saying I. This is not me. This is a
collaborative
effort.
Yes.
I am one sanguinister. This isn't even my specialty. I deal in blood magic.
Is there any black and green connections with your friend Eckerd that would have tried to put his plan in motion? Like, he doesn't seem like a bad guy, but you know.
No, Eckerd's a pretty significant force for weapons designed for Grumbashlik against the black and greens.
Okay.
He's a tinkerer's an unfair term, but that's what he does. He's a machinist.
Okay.
So it would be he's a valuable asset to the war effort. But again, he's not here. Like, I can't imagine there's a connection there.
Well, I mean, you're sort of out of work. And you're sort of out of work.
There's a lot of us.
And I feel like I should run away.
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna pretend I didn't hear that.
Yeah. No, don't worry about it.
I'm
nope.
really not going to.
I mean, I don't know if it's you're. How old are you now? You want to go somewhere, you can start a new life. No one's gonna stop you. But I mean,
Your parents are gonna be pretty worried.
We'll worry about that later. But I feel like, why not hop on over there
to Grumbashlik.
Yeah.
I mean,
hop on.
that's
That's not.
Have you been to Grumbashlik?
No, I don't know where that is.
Oh, it's actually you would. It's the country
Okay,
west of
hope.
Godfell.
Okay.
But
Me as a Nala doesn't know where it
that's
is.
fair. Yeah, no, it's literally the country to the west of Godfell.
Okay.
Karar is north. The Ink Alatan is the ocean to your east. Godfell is the rest of your border. Or sorry, Grumbashlik is the rest of your border.
Okay.
But yeah, there's no reason you ever would have been there. And Dakota's like, it'll be quite a culture shock.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's,
I'm
truth be told, like, I'm not gonna stop you. Grumbashlik's beautiful, but it's now Godfell. That's gonna be a very different. Go for it.
It's your theories.
No. This is. Don't follow my.
Wait, okay.
I'm not sending you on a mission. I want to clarify that right now. I
just
am
feel like
informing you
Mhm.
because Faedan and Archer asked me what I was working on.
I feel like maybe
I'm
to help the town.
I'm trying to figure out how a past war buried in the mine exists with the new, because there's got to be a connection. There's got to be something they came back for
Yeah.
that wasn't just to blow up a mine, you know?
Did you?
They blew up the factory.
Yeah.
Well,
Clarify.
factory.
I want to also clarify again. That is a valid military tactic.
I understand. But I'm saying that
Like, we did that to them. They did it to us. When I was on the front lines, like, that was a common thing. It was like, if you know where their resources are being stocked or built, take it out. I mean, I didn't. That's not my job, but, like, that's a thing that we actively did.
I'm just trying to figure out. There's got to be a connect. I just feel like there is, but
Yeah.
that's. I mean,
To the mines?
to the mine, to the.
I mean, again, an anthracite.
Yeah.
Major source. All of our industry is funded by, or is fueled by an anthracite. So yeah, if you take out a major source of an anthracite, and Devyat Koralai, frankly, is a lot better defended than Sunburst Falls,
Pullman Wrought.
right?
They got more mines. They got more factories. They got more.
Got them all throughout Godfell.
Yeah. Have you heard of
all
any?
throughout. There's like 6, but
ha-
still.
Have either of you heard of any else, like any other mines being, or factories being destroyed? Any other, like, why start here? Is my question.
Give me history checks.
Just the 2 of them, right?
You can if you want. You might hear
You live
things.
here?
Yeah, this isn't research. This is what have you heard from other
Okay.
people?
Dirty 20.
320?
You said insight?
Yeah. History.
History. Hold on.
We
Faedan?
got 17s.
I don't know.
11.
11.
Someone
15.
15.
Yeah.
No trouble, or not. There's been no word of issues or trouble. However, and specifically, you two probably have picked up on it a little, maybe less from you. But one of the problems with the Brushfire War that you guys are in is it's like brush fires. The front lines are all over the place because there's not a dividing line between forces. The forces just start in places, and that like a lot of it, like to the south, there are brush fires in the north and there are brush fires in the south. The wars. However, while you haven't heard of other mines being attacked, you are the southernmost like P&W spot in Godfell. So if someone were starting in a direction and moving up, or just looking for the factory, the like weapons manufacturing closest to where they're already built and stationed, you guys would be first on the road trip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Blackened Vein, what's on the other side of that?
Bog's Wall, which is where all of the water from the Ink Alaten rises up the mountainside. Do you think you've ever gone to the beach? Okay, then you would only know in theory, but basically the idea is that the ocean rises up the mountainside and then rains into the rivers. For you guys, it's the Hollow River that then branches off into the Blackened Vein, and the Blackened Vein branches is what travels through Sunburst Falls.
So when these people went across the river,
They are still in Godfell. They're still in Hazelshue. They're still in your Penchstat.
but the direction they went, could they theoretically keep going that direction and hit another P&W factory?
Oh yeah, they're going north. The other side of the river is north, is what I should say. Well, northwest.
We have to warn them.
I think so. Yeah.
Especially,
Tobi,
yes.
you want to go to Grimbashlik?
That is that way.
No, I'm saying we could start this direction. We start an adventure this way.
You'd be getting to Heartcrux if you went
Sure.
that way.
But
Sorry.
I'm saying this is the next best thing, is what I'm saying.
Yeah. Let's go.
All right. Y'all, I'm switch back to Ben. All right, you all have fun with that.
You don't want to come?
To Grunboshlik or to Heartcrux?
Wherever we're going.
Give me a persuasion
Yes.
check.
Come on,
Get
that's 20. This is the
Dakota,
moment.
get
Get
Dakota.
Dakota. Wait, hold on.
Dakota,
the unofficial
That's
sixth
the
member
game.
of this.
It's like
Misfits that has not yet come together.
Yes. I know, we gotta go ahead.
I know you do.
I heard Dakota say it.
Oh no.
10.
You figure out the plan first, and we'll talk. Look, I love your country so much. It is a nightmare land full of crazy forests that nightmare things live in. And the idea, Sunburst Falls is a lovely town. The idea of traveling through the Duende Forest up to any more of it, the Lethamar Mountains, your mountains literally are formed according to your own cultural beliefs from a dead god.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why do you live here? If I did not work here, I would not live here. Look, I'm saying if you go somewhere else, sure. I'm not going anywhere further into this god-forsaken mountains. But I applaud your bravery. It's your town. It's your country.
It's our home.
Yeah. And I just think that you're the strongest out of all four of us.
Oh, don't
Please.
play that.
No, I'm just saying. No, you are. You are. I mean, look how beaten and bruised I am. I would really appreciate you
Roll a persuasion again.
to come with us.
Roll it again.
I'm not gonna let you roll it again in the same scene for the same ask, but he did not say no permanently.
Mhm.
So
Said
if
figure
it's-
your shit
he's-
out.
yeah,
said make a plan.
you make
Right.
a plan. We'll
Don't
talk.
leave on the next
And there's-
carriage out.
And there's, I know that you want to get started, and you want to get out of here, and you want to run away,
Mhm.
but we can plan for it. We don't have to do it today. It doesn't have to be right now.
And you're not leaving without telling your parents.
Your mother will kill you. I've met her.
And then us.
Also,
Okay.
dad blow.
Yeah, probably.
But
All
this is just, I mean, it's just a messenger visit essentially.
Mhm. Mhm.
Dakota grabs that bottle. He goes, I'm gonna go get some sleep so I can investigate whatever the fuck is in Kairos Pullman's blood.
Yeah, you tell us.
What?
And now in mine. So,
You tell us as soon as you can, because my first thing tomorrow is to go see the sheriff and then arrest.
you good luck with that. And Dakota full on turns and heads out. He's like, good night. Heads out. You guys want to discuss anything else? Or are you calling it a night?
I have one more thing to discuss.
Yeah.
Is there anything else that you found in the water when we were in there? Is there anything that happened?
I mean, the thing that was tugging on the rope, but other than that,
Yeah. What could have tugged on the rope?
I don't know.
Exactly.
I want to know. I don't know what else would have been. That's why I'm trying to figure out that, like, this is going to sound stupid, maybe a little crazy. I don't know. But the thing is, if there was an old war that has now come back to this land and they want a creature to fight for them or whatever was in that water, that might be what they were looking for. That's all I was trying to get at. That's why I think there might be a connection to that specific part. I don't know if that's true. It's out there. I get it. But I can't stop thinking about the fact that that might be the case.
Well, whatever they got, it's with them now. And they are heading north.
Yeah.
Okay.
Call it night? Okay. Are you guys reconvening the next morning? Or is this more just like we'll pick each other up later when we have an idea what we're doing? Just want to clarify for narration.
Maybe the latter.
Yeah.
I have a
That makes
couple of
sense.
things I want to do.
Yeah. So, all right. Good night, everybody. Yeah.
Dude,
Okay. No, that's fine. I just want to clarify.
whatever.
Because Faena is going to wake up because she feels badly about talking back to her mother at the crack of dawn to go into the shop to practice her stitches and catch up on any orders and just do general shopkeeping things.
Did you wake up River?
Well,
Because River's still in your room, right?
I'm gonna roll for stealth, I
I
guess.
think I'm still. I definitely fell asleep. I didn't leave the room.
No, I got the impression you
Yeah.
guys slept the two beds.
Well, considering I got a dirty 20, I think I made it.
Give me a perception check. Wait, hold on.
Yeah,
I know.
give me a DC.
I know. Your DC's 20.
Oh yeah, no, DC's 20. Never mind.
For perception. Okay.
I think I have pretty good perception based on previous experience. So let's see. 17.
As you open the door, you hear River shift and wake up.
Your +3 modifier kills me.
One second. I have to write that down. It's really important.
Yeah, it's either +3 or +4 because somehow.
It's above 3.
Oh, it's above 3, but it's not 4. Yeah.
I am Does it wake me up and I like can tell that the door woke me up, or does it just wake me up?
I mean, you can tell Gracie.
Okay.
You can tell Faena's moving around.
Okay.
And heading out.
I think I probably blink, kind of go, Faena, and then hop up, knowing she's like, let's go, because wherever Faena's going, I'm going.
We just kind of sneak down together, I guess,
All right.
to Faena's chagrin.
It's early morning. You don't have to be super stealthy. Like, you can just be like a quiet morning.
Well, yeah.
So no, so you guys managed to make it out of the house and down to the shop. Like, no one, not disturbing the household.
Mm-hmm.
Muriel Haisler is asleep on the couch.
Does she have a blanket or something on her?
Yeah, totally.
I'm gonna like tuck the
She's-
blanket up a little bit, make sure she's nice and tucked in.
Yeah, she, you know,
But she was nice to me when I was drunk.
she is a middle-aged woman who lives home alone, who is sleeping off a hangover. Yeah, she didn't wake up.
Yeah.
And you guys, you head into the shop. No worries.
Okay. So I guess I'm just.
Is it at the crack of dawn, right?
Yeah, just quietly sewing away, just practicing, making sure everything's together. Not really thinking about anything in particular. Well, thinking a lot, but not thinking about actions.
Yeah, give me a perception check, River.
8.
Okay.
Is there a writing implement and something I can write on nearby?
Yeah.
I am curious if I can write and read. Because I don't know if I can. I haven't tried.
Sure. You're stitching. Go ahead. This would be. We'll say this is a history check. DC 10.
3.
You scratch out enough symbols that you're like, consonants and vowels and like phonetics, and like I think the trick is like you're getting you remember the letters and what the letters are, but as soon as you start trying to put them together, you're like, hold on, a lot of these don't make sense.
Faena just kind of looks over and is like, learning to read.
I was just curious if I knew how.
A, E, I, O, U.
Yeah, I know. Like, yeah, that's why I wrote them down. And that one's duh. But I try and put them together, and I just.
Faena, of all the 30 or so symbols written down there, about 20 or so of them are the commerce alphabet. The rest are symbols you don't recognize.
Do I know what they are?
Yeah, they're phonetics for.
They're what?
Guttural sounds and etc.
Yeah, that one's, and that one's, and that one's.
You don't remember anything?
I remember what they make.
This isn't commerce.
I just don't really know what that means.
This, and Faena points to a collection of the letters. This is commerce. This is,
Do you know what they are?
it's not loam. It's not the silk word. It's not commerce.
Do you know who might know what they are? Because I guess I knew what they were at some point.
Maybe, I don't know. That,
Do you want a history check?
yeah.
Go for it. DC 20.
Oh shit.
Okay.
Do you have negative history? Because that would be ironic.
No, I have a +0.
Okay, so you got it.
No. 5.
Math?
5.
They might be math.
Oh,
The symbols.
it might be math. Okay.
Just squeezing some algebra in there.
This is a question. Would I know about Faedan's library?
Have you ever been to the Last Wish?
Probably once or twice with my family.
Family.
Like,
Well, the Last Wish doesn't serve food, and you don't drink.
well, but people in my family do.
Sure. And honestly, the Last Wish is a good idea for people who don't go to the Morning Glory or the Umbra. So very possible. Do you have any of your books at the Last Wish,
No,
or are they all in your
mean,
house?
They sometimes make it in there. I'm not sure if anything.
Sure.
Yes, I carry them in sometimes when I'm working.
Yeah.
So
I mean, sure.
Sure.
With that in mind, and I mean, honestly, outside of Mathis's bookshop, you probably do have the largest library in
that's
town.
probably true.
So, sure, I think Faedan's reputation might be good enough that you'd
Great.
be like, yeah, books.
Cool. That was a bigger question. We could talk to Faedan. He has a large library.
But
Maybe he knows. It's nothing I know. But we're supposed to go there anyway.
yeah, I was supposed to go there last
'cause-
night.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
And Faena and River run out.
I'm taking the paper with me.
Great. Okay. You roll out the door.
We made it.
Archer waking up bright and early.
Yeah.
I'll ask you. Archer is one not rich, but more well off than a lot of people in town, being a factory foreman. But you have a lot of expenses. Do you think Archer has an alarm clock, or does Archer have an hour candle?
Yeah, probably an hour candle, but he might have been doing this for so long that his body is just acclimated to waking up early.
That's very true. Okay, you wake up at the time that you always do to get to work on. Right.
Yeah. I probably do what I haven't done in years and, like, stay in bed for, like, maybe 10 more minutes.
Just 10.
Solid 10. And just, like, enjoy the brief respite you get without having to worry about anything for a second until all the worry comes back.
That moment of conflicted like relaxation when you've just lost a job and you're like, oh, but there is stuff off my plate.
Mm-hmm.
There's
nothing I can do about it right now, so I'm just gonna enjoy this moment.
accustomed to you waking up, Sloane is in bed next to you, also awake. Just like, so what are you gonna do today?
Yeah, I would have also told her everything
I figured.
had learned the night before.
Totally figured that.
And I'm just gonna look at her and say, Well, I'm gonna first go talk to the sheriff and get him to do something about Kairos Pullman because they murdered somebody. Gotta get that started.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I might walk over to the factory just to see what's happening and who's there. But eventually I'm gonna make my way to the Last Wish and figure out what is happening with the Black and Greens.
Do you think they're still around town?
No, I'm more worried about where they're going after.
Okay, I'm gonna make sure Cliff stays home today.
That's good, yeah.
Yeah.
If you want, maybe even pay a visit to Mom and Dad.
I'll check in on them.
Yeah. It's not bad to check in on Lilith and everyone else. I don't know. Another family dinner wouldn't be so bad.
Yeah. I'll put out the call
Mm-hmm.
to your siblings.
Yeah.
Okay.
How was my dad after I left?
Fine. He didn't say anything, really. It was just a really kind of sickening cackle to himself until he passed out. So a chunk of the night.
Mm-hmm.
Your mom turned in a little early. We made her go to bed, but I don't know what's going on in his head. It's messed up, and it's so very uncomfortable to be around.
I know. But it's not him. It's the disease.
That's kind of the scary part.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe I'll talk to Robert today and see if he's had any insight from... I know he was talking to some folks from out of town, so...
Is there anything north from here? Or this is a question for you, Ben. What's the closest, is there a big city north of here?
Idolic.
Okay.
Is that... Yeah, like, in Godfell?
Yeah.
Idolic. Idolic and is the only major city outside of the capital. So,
Okay. Archer is considering if he does end up going on this little messenger trip.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he could, kill two birds with one stone.
Gotcha. Yeah, I just want to make sure. Okay. So the Hollow Chapel is in Merodem, which is the northernmost Penchtat. It is the top of the country. So if you were looking, that is effectively that's like the equivalent of the Vatican for the Hollow Chapel.
Okay.
But Idolic is more of a metropolitan city.
Mm-hmm.
So if that's what you were kind of like looking for, something a little more business related, that's specifically what you'd be looking for. But the Mouth of the Chapel, who is the leader of the Hollow Chapel, which means they are the leader of Godfell. The Mouth of the Chapel lives in Merodem.
Okay.
So, but Idolic is in Heartcrux, so it's it's the major city up. It's 2 Penchtat. So.
Okay. Great. Then I get ready and I leave.
Okay. You pass through town on your way, making your to go talk to the sheriff. You said first. You get to the office, the police station. What does a sheriff work out of?
Sheriff station.
Sheriff
Yeah.
station. Yeah, it was like sheriff's office. All these old west ideas running through my head where I was like, I don't actually know what that building's called. But yeah, you get to the effectively like the police station, and like you knock on the door. There's no answer. There's a window.
Look into the window.
Tobi.
You see, passed out at the desk is Daiquiri Jones.
Ah. Just kind of knock louder on the window.
He's like face down on papers and stuff, and he's like, and he like jumps up, goes, opens the door. Hi, Archer. How's it
Good
going?
morning.
Morning.
Do you know where's the sheriff?
Sheriff Baba's normally not in for another hour or so. It's a little early. Do you want some coffee?
I've never had some.
You can. What can I help you with?
I'm here to just relay some more information and figure out what their plan is for everything that's been happening.
I mean, he'll be in about an hour.
Yeah. Was he up late last night?
I mean, we kind of all were.
It's
yeah.
good. That's kind of what the answer I was looking for.
Yeah. No. I mean, he was, tending to the missus and the kids.
Yeah.
And keeping an eye on stuff. But you did not see Kelly Baba at the factory last night. Yeah. Daiquiri did. Daiquiri went and volunteered.
Yeah.
You didn't see the sheriff there.
Okay, did I see the sheriff when I was giving my speech at the bar?
No.
Okay.
Again, Daiquiri was there.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I will wait for the sheriff.
Okay. While you're waiting at the sheriff's office, at the jailhouse is the word I was looking for. Which may not have been accurate, but it's the word I was looking for. I think you two by that time have reached the last wish. It's not that far away.
How early is it, by the way? Is it still like
Are you knocking on the door of the bar or
Yes,
Faedan's
knocking
home?
on the door of the bar. Just knocking. Knock.
Give me a perception check. Are you up already?
No.
Oh, okay.
This is too early for Faedan.
I am gone.
12.
Persuasion, Faena.
So how loud are you knocking?
9.
9?
9.
-1.
Yes, -1. She's not very charismatic. I don't know how she's gotten away with it as much as she's gotten away with.
Honestly.
There's a knocking for a while, persistently, and no answer at the bar. You can also, bar's got windows. You can see it's dark inside.
What if he doesn't let me stay with him anymore?
He's going to let you stay with him. I'm going to make sure of it. Do I know that the house is on the other side?
Yeah, it's visibly a house
Okay.
that has a bar built into the back door.
I don't know how much,
No, it's very clearly this is someone's house.
Okay.
It's that Faedan dressed the back up to be a bar.
Well, then Faena is going to march herself around to the front door of the house and keep knocking.
I think now that it's your actual house, yeah.
All right. I'm up. I'm coming. Oh, yes. If this is Jeremiah, I swear to God. Yes,
Oh my God.
yes. I open the door.
Faedan,
Yes.
good morning.
Oh, work. You wanted to
I'm sorry. I know
No,
I was
no,
supposed to
no,
come last
no,
night, but
no.
I didn't
know
last
where
night
to
was crazy.
sleep last night.
It's
weird.
crazy, yeah.
Really,
I didn't want to bug you.
I wasn't home. I was.
Where were you?
Well, the mine. Or
Oh,
the
right,
factory blew up.
right.
And,
The Pullman Wrought drama.
Yeah.
But they need a place to
I can also
stay.
help with drama.
We're good on drama.
Oh.
we got plenty
But
of
no,
drama.
I mean I can help with not the drama, with
solving the.
stuff.
Okay.
I'm
Being very secure.
I'm very secure.
Yes.
Understood.
Yeah. When do you plan to open today?
What time is it?
Early.
Probably in the next couple hours. I mean,
It's early morning.
Would it
Next
be
hour or two.
okay if we moved River's stuff into their
stuff?
room? The stuff that you have, that we have a lot of at the shop.
Yeah.
sure. Yeah, we can. You didn't bring it with you, or?
No, it just was such a rush to get here.
Wanted to make sure that
Right.
it was okay still.
Yeah,
Yes,
no, that's
they
it's
were
fine.
very, very concerned.
It's fine.
Great, and Faena just walks into Faedan's house.
Yeah. Welcome in, I guess.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Did you want to go get this stuff, or we're not?
No, why don't you give us a tour?
Okay. This is the foyer.
Lovely. What
Yeah.
do you think, River? Is there anything in particular you want to see? Like any particular room?
Do you have a bathroom?
Yes.
Oh, that's
we
good.
have a bathroom.
Cool. Thanks.
That's gonna be the door on the left hand side, right by the kitchen over there. So if you just
cool.
head over there.
Are
Did you come all the
going to
way-
bathroom?
Hey, do you know what these are?
So, why don't... And Faena snatches the paper
Okay.
before Faden can really look at it. Could you show us your library? Your library would be very, we would really appreciate seeing... You have a large collection of
I do.
books.
Why
River-
do you want? Why
River
the
wants to
library
learn
right
how to
now?
read and write. And so I was
That's
wondering,
not a thing, you know.
Well, they know.
Okay.
The traveling
it's
umpines
not
are,
help at the bar is fine. There's not a lot of reading and writing going on, but there's an
Right.
assumption that someone would read and write if that's. Before I offered employment, I assumed that
well,
that's on. It's on me. That's on me.
security doesn't. River is very secure and very good at being secure.
River is just completely useless, by the way. Just absolutely not helping.
No one goes into my library though. Like, that's just not. No one's really ever asked, and it's kind of like.
Well, we were practicing some letters.
Okay.
And do you recognize any of these? I know that some are commerce, but
Yeah, I mean most of them are, but I don't know what these are. Or do
Give
I?
me a history check.
How many languages does Faden speak?
Yep.
Please.
11. Do you know what they are? Not exactly. Like, you're not like, oh, identified. But they don't look unfamiliar. Like, you're like, it's kind of like when someone who took calculus 30 years ago sees like proofs and logarithms and is like, yeah, I've seen that before.
Okay.
So it's not completely like alien to you.
Are they anything that are reminiscent of the symbol on the back of my head?
No.
All right.
No.
I'm not sure what they are, but I've seen them before. I think I might have a book that I could.
let's bring it out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
maybe you do know how to read and write.
Yeah, maybe.
here's that.
Thanks.
Just stay right here.
Okay. Thank you.
I go over to. I have different sections in the library, and there's. Since discovering the thing on the back of my head, I've sort of organized a little collection of symbols and other languages and stuff, just because I'm not sure what this is. So I grab a couple of books from there to see if I can compare some symbols that might be language, might be something else.
Give me an investigation check. With advantage, it's your library.
Oh! How about a nat 20?
Yes!
Yeah.
Yep.
Let's go.
Yep.
Let's go.
Finally.
Enjoy it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Enjoy
Yeah.
it. Yep. Nat
Yeah,
20.
This is what happens.
Yeah, how's it feel,
Oh,
Ben?
yeah.
Nat 20.
Because Faedan, you have spent quite an amount of time collecting books that aren't that cover a specific area of focus, but from all across the continent. It's not uncommon for your library to consist of books that aren't actually written in commerce. You can't necessarily read all of them, but you've got the materials and you can like cross-reference things across different volumes. And as you're like grabbing through and like flipping real quick to like look for the symbols that River's written down, and you compare and you like close a book, move it, cross it. The book that you have that you find the most references to is a tome that from Rhondo, specifically, and it's written in Randel is the kicker. So you actually can't read the book itself. I don't think you don't speak Randel, do you?
No.
Okay.
Maybe my mother was right.
It's written in Randel, but it is a book. The book itself is on very specifically like divination magic. And so like as you're like you know, so basically like you from your own like academic research recognize the magic formulas, but the actual like chapters and articles written in the book you can't read because they're in Randel. So but it has several of the words that several of the letters
Characters, yeah.
that River has written down.
Okay. So I take that book and bring it out to you guys. So these have the symbols, the characters that are in this book are the same characters that River has written down.
I'm gonna flip to the first page and see. Can I read it?
Give me. This is just raw intelligence.
Okay.
DC for this, we'll say it's 15.
Got a 3.
Plus 12.
So, yeah. Confirmed.
It's not a plus 12.
Dang it.
It's you are able to pull out the symbols that you do know, and like cross reference, and some of the words like or some of like the characters again, like you're like, oh yeah, like there's enough overlap with some commerce that like the letters you pulled out, like you're putting together phonetics, but you're not putting together sentences yet.
So I'm just kind of sitting there like sounding out words. It's like
You know, what does it mean? What does that mean?
that is a very good question.
This is Jandin.
My mother said. Well, you know what my mother said about their last name being maybe from Rhondo. Maybe there is some truth in that.
Just pulls Faena as close. The fuck is Rhondo?
It's another place.
Place, got it.
It's where you might be from.
Hey, Faedan, you want to give me a history check real quick?
17.
Sexy.
Rhondo is has a population that is largely consists of orcs, elves, and Reki. River doesn't look like any of those people. Which is not to say they can't be from Rhondo, but it wouldn't have been where your brain went first.
Okay. So they don't know where they're from. They don't know how to read or write, or kind of do a little bit. Writing some characters for sure in different languages, by the way. They don't know where they're from. They don't know anything about this town. I'm not. You don't have to be worried. I'm not like. What's the story? What's the real story?
Guess we'll find out next time on The Worst of Times. Awful lot of lore in that episode. Blood magic, science magic, healing magic. I really didn't anticipate Dakota's healing and whatever is going on with River being juxtaposed in the same episode. So that's fun when your players surprise you. Speaking of surprises, it's going to be interesting to see where they turn to for answers. Because it looks like they're starting to think outside of the town. So whether or not they choose to go to Edolik or Grumbashlik, or even if Tobi and Faedan decide to pursue that particularly terrifying route, the mines. I guess we'll find out next time on these, The Worst of Times.